Hello everybody, my name is Pravus and welcome back to more EU4 Baltic Crusader playing as Teutonic Order. Still large and in charge in Europe, looking pretty nice at the second largest world power. Only reason Spain is better at this point is because they're a colonial powerhouse who's got uncontested rule, basically, of South America. I mean, yeah, Frisia's here. They got exiled, by the way, but, I mean, whatever, that's not a huge deal. So we're still looking pretty darn strong, though, looking fine, looking for a few more areas of expansion. Do have a little bit more to conquer in the Russian region, then we have to worry about Ural and the Pontic Steppe. So a fair bit more conquest to go. Fortunately, I think we are reaching a point where most of the development, or most of the provinces left are going to be low development and a lot easier for me to take. I don't actually think there's a reason for me to attack Nogai, it turns out, unless I want to have an opportunity to attack Gosham Rakhamra, which we do need to do at some point. So I suppose getting a claim down here isn't the worst thing in the world. Though there certainly are other targets we could go after, such as Sweden. If I were actually to attack my former ally Sweden, we would be able to snag some important provinces in the Lubeck trade node. These are all things that would be nice. Muscovy gets to rival me. How? I don't know how they're able to do that, but they do. Okay. You know something? We honestly don't need to be converting any more Protestants. I'm going to cancel this. And the reason being, now that we are out of the Age of Reformation, all of the centers of religion are gone, which means the automatic Protestant conversions are no longer a thing, which basically means I don't have a lot to worry about for my religious unity. So, if we're going to become Prussia in the future and be Protestant, having a few provinces left behind as Protestant just saves me conversion effort in the future. I will convert all non-Protestants, but the rest remain. Siege of Pskov is done. Good. We did have a little bit of internal conflict we had to deal with, but I think we are in a good position for that now. By the way, let's go ahead and get a little bit of corruption going with debasing of currency, because why not? We are ahead of time on some tech, so we might as well just enjoy those bonuses for a little bit longer. And now we can start spending some serious cash. Now, I do need to train up a larger army. Whether that's the top priority is perhaps a different question, but it would be good. Some more manufactories would be wise. We are going to want that soon-ish. And by soonish, I mean like in the next 32 years. Because manufactories are going to be the next institution after global trade. Speaking of global trade, I need to embrace that in the next 3 years, which means I need a lot of cash. So who am I able to attack? We can't fight Hungary for at least a bit. Muscovy, obviously not. We could go fight the Ottomans, but I'm really waiting for an opportunity to fight the Ottomans, and they're actually stronger than me right now, because I have not got a lot of states. Alas and alack. I would like a lot more, but there's not much more I can do besides what we already are. So that's going to have to wait for a little bit. We could, of course, be spending more of our military power trying to put down some rebels, so I think these guys are overly expensive, so we won't bother with them. I will go ahead and put down Ostrakhan a couple of times, get some absolutism up. The Poles, a little more expensive, maybe not. Protestants, too expensive, no. All right, we'll just, well, wait, Sunni. Yeah, we can put down the Sunni, I suppose, that works. All right, get me up to 35 absolutism. Once we get above 50, we're going to have the court and country disaster to worry about as long as we are below 3 stability. And the sooner I take that on, probably the better, because you can walk away with a lot of maximum absolutism if you do that properly. That is what I want to do. So we're still spying over here on Muscovy. We're going to get that up there. I kind of wish that I had a spy network construction guy. We do have one available. He's a bit expensive. We could afford it, but we really want to save up some cash instead, so maybe not. How are we doing on our naval power? We're still over our cap. Okay. Yeah, I think I just need to go kill people more than anything. That's kind of what I want to do. Well, let's see. We're already working on this, I think. We could go and try to snag Berlin. I don't think we have a lot of aggressive expansion in the HRE. Nope. Our neighbors hate us to all heck, but the HRE itself, not so much. We can do that. Forget about Nogai. Nogai's no longer a priority. I would rather start working on, let's say, Brandenburg. We'll finally take Berlin. We've said we wanted to do that for a while. I think it's worth it. You, for some reason, are not marching over here when I told you to. So, yeah, kill the rebels. He set to rebel duty and he didn't even move. That's like having a cat that like just looks at the mouse. A mouse runs across and it's like, meh, I catch him later. Yeah. It's like, you lazy little... All right, let's go ahead and get Berlin, I think. Berlin's good. I mean, it's only 12 development. This is not a very good Berlin, but I mean, it's an important center of trade, I guess. Speaking of important centers of trade, we could upgrade Oshulin's market here to an entrepot. That would probably be wise. We should, by the way, since we have some governing capacity, we should go ahead and embrace Lower Saxony. Why? Because I annexed Hamburg, and Hamburg is the most expensive province by a long shot. So let's go ahead and turn this into a better trade area. I think that was all that it cost me. Only 19 power? Wow. So yeah, that's going to be another 28 development there, plus the rest over here. That's pretty good. That was cheap. Dirt frickin' cheap. Me likey. Me likey in so many ways that actually should increase my trade power here up to 45%. Not bad. Not bad at all. All right, cool. Well, oh, we finished the church, so I get some base tax, also a bit of loyalty out of the estates that I have been antagonizing a bit. We do want to get this crown land up to 75% as quickly as we can, because that would also increase our maximum absolutism. And before the court and country event fires, you really want to have, I think, a cap of 85, preferably. You want to get up to about 85, because you're going to lose 20, right? And by the time that the event is done, you need to have at least 65 absolutism to take full advantage of the event. So you need lots of it. Lots and lots of it. Civil War in Oman. Well, that sucks for you. I couldn't care less. Let's see if we can just put down a few rebels here and there. We'll just put down some of these, I guess. Do we have any more leaders? We haven't got our rulers as leaders. They're pretty sucky, honestly. All right. Go ahead and drill. Go ahead and drill. It's going to be a little while before I have the claims that I need to use against Brandenburg anyway. We can get a claim against Muscovy, though, and since I have to eat pretty much everything they have left, I'm just going to go for whatever's most expensive. Rostov will have to do, thank you very much. Would like to get some claims going against Sweden, because Sweden would make sense to conquer. I can afford to lose a bit of prestige. This is fine. Let's see, not Protestants. Reformed is fine, but I can't convert any of these guys. Nah, we're just going to leave the rest alone. It's going to be very difficult for me to not keep clicking that button out of habit. But I don't need to worry about it yet. We're okay. The Ottomans were spying on me. I can only begin to describe how rude that is. And thou shouldst be upset. No, ashamed, yes, with thine self. Let's go ahead and upgrade Ostland up here. Get a bit more of that local trade power up by another 5, plus we have a development cost reduction and an institution spread bonus in a state, which is always nice. This should get me a little bit of extra power here again. Conquering Bremen would honestly be nice. Oh, right, we had a loan. I forgot about that. We're probably gonna want to have to remove that at some point, yeah? Probably. So the question is, do we build up our stability? Or no? I mean, if I can get this up to 50, we can leave the stability low and try to force the event to fire. Teutonic Particularists, way too expensive. Some types of rebels are always just worse than others. That's just an inevitability. I think we ignore it for the moment. You need a couple more troops. Actually, the split on this is atrocious. So let's do a shuffle here real quick. Make sure we get the infantry properly sorted out. You're sitting at 17,617. That's about what I would want it to be, ideally. What else could we be building right now? We could reduce governing capacity a bit. Lüneburg's actually a pretty good place now that we've turned that into a state. A boundary dispute, a claim on Viborg. Against Sweden? Sure, why not? I don't care if Sweden likes me or not. But a free claim up over here, I mean, it's not the one I wanted. But it's something, you know? It's not the worst. Take what I can get. Stockholm, Akershus, and Elfsborg. Those are the ones that I want, really. We'll get there eventually. Oh, hey, Reformed and, ooh, very expensive Nizhny Novgorod, but I'll take it. Yeah, that's gonna cost me a frick ton of cash. Okay. Some conversions are successful. Well, that's good. Group up, group up. You need a cannon, and you need a cannon. Perfect. That's all the cash that I've got, though. So don't go into a deficit, or I also have to take another freaking loan, and that'll make me feel sad. When's my truce to Brandenburg expire? I know I have one from the League War. Soon. May 1620. Okay, so we actually can't go to war with them for a little bit anyway. I've got a little bit of time to work with. That's fine, though. Who else would I want to kill? Maybe Lüneburg, start working my way to Bremen. Could be good. Popularization of silk. Okay. Makes a lot of sense. What else to do? What else to do? What else to do? Great question. We do need to build up the troops. I mean, I'm looking for any opportunity to fight the Ottomans. We should be setting this to at least notify me if Hungary and the Ottomans and England and France do anything. Most of these guys I don't care about. It's just some of the big heavy hitters. Spain, we can call into a war against the Ottomans pretty much whenever. They got a really good Sancho de Trastamara. What do you know? Sorry, I murdered Sancho in the CK3 release. That was a fun video, by the way. If you haven't seen that one, you should watch that. That was one of the weird videos I did where Paradox specifically asked, do something live action and roleplay-ish. And I'm like, dude, I am so on board. Paradox likes to have fun sometimes, I'll tell you what, they do. Anyway, so Spain we can call in, and that would make it easier to take over, take on the Ottomans. I ideally want them to get into wars against the Mamluks. I also would love for them to lose a few alliances along the way. But that really depends on a lot of things. I mean, the Mamluks aren't exactly pushovers. They've actually been pretty good for a lot of this game, which I'm not accustomed to seeing. We're going to want more claims against the Ottomans. They're going to expire at some point. I would have loved to go to war with them before 1633. And maybe we still can, I don't know. Let's get claims going against, you know what, Bohemia? Not because I plan on taking land, but because I think they're one of the other richer members of the HRE, and I like to be able to steal some money from them, if possible. And they're not counter-espionaging me right now, so that's good. Sometimes they see me as the grand threat, and they're like, ah, counter-espionage. Business is booming. Cue the Kingpin memes from Into the Spider-Verse, which I gotta say, by the way, unrelated entirely to everything I'm doing right now, but one of the best animated superhero movies I've ever seen. I liked that a lot. Made me a big believer in Miles Morales. Good character. Liked him. He was cool. Anyway. Austria's getting a bunch of alliances. I think they're going to try to become emperor again. So Scania is probably the one we're going to take here. It's 22 development. Wow, okay. That's definitely worth a claim. By the way, I apologize if I can't speak a lick of Swedish. You don't get a lot of exposure to Swedish in the United States. You really don't. We've got IKEA, meatballs, PewDiePie. Oh, really? And the Swedish Chef. Schmurgy, Durgy, Burgy, Borgy. If you're Swedish and you're watching this, I'm not trying to be racist. That's literally what the Muppets do, okay? It's the Muppets. You don't like the Muppets? So be it. I don't blame you. It's okay. You don't have to like the Muppets, but don't get mad at me. Swear I'm not trying to do anything bad. Oh, speaking of doing things bad, we really should be getting some universities. Fun as it would be to get other stuff, universities would be wise. Why? Because we can get some extra splendor in the age of absolutism a little bit sooner, but for that I'm going to need a lot more cash. We need cash for a lot of things right now, actually. For a lot of things. We need cash for an institution, we need cash for universities, and manufactories. Lots and lots of them. Plus, I'm willing to bet ya, now that we just turned Hamburg and stuff into a state, that something is now worth building that wasn't before. Well, I should end up here, 0.07. I mean, okay, I'll do it. Still spend a little bit of money to make money. I'm hoping most of you just get a lot of big war reps. All right, Nizhny Novgorod getting converted is nice. Lens making, good for Venice. Price of glass goes up for the rest of the game. So there's some more reform to convert, and we will. We're no longer spending like 20 ducats a month on a conversion, so now we're making 35 ducats a month. All right. All right, that's not bad. We'll take it. We'll build probably another one of these up in Lolland. I can't remember. Did we convert core everything or state everything in Denmark? We did. So we did embrace the Muscovite culture, and I'm going to need to turn a lot more of that into states, and that would be pretty helpful. What's my governing capacity looking like? 628. So we can get more, but it won't be outstanding. Let's take a look at some areas here. We could take Tver and turn this into a state. All right. Spend 144 power of that. I'm just trying to spend some power to get a little bit richer. It's a pretty large state, actually. Doesn't have any, like, trade centers or anything, but that's fine. We already got one over here. Could embrace Novgorod as a state, and it's a pretty good one. 24 development and an important center of trade and all that, but not the right embraced culture. Lantern of Light. I don't need devotion, but I'll sack it and get a little prestige, and then I can strengthen the government. And let's also just see if there's anyone else I can oppress. Some Crimeans? Absolutely. Ostracani? Sure. This is where you need a lot of military power because you're just trying to build up that absolutism as fast as you can. Profiteering in Wenden. Make Lithuania unhappy. Sure, I don't care. As if I care at all what Lithuania thinks about me. Lithuania has said horrible things about my mother. They're very insulting folk. Yeah, let's just save up money for universities now. Now that we're making about 40 ducats a month, things should start going a lot faster. Sweden was spying on me. Rude. Not a big deal. Ottomans, have you gone to war at all in the last, like, 100 years? I think you have against Hungary. You were part of the Protestant League, but you haven't, like, done anything for a long time because you allied Gasham, Rakam and Akkoy and Lu, and the Mamluks have been successfully somehow holding you back. I don't know how they've done this thing, but they have done this thing. Alrighty. France declared war. Oh, by the way, we should be able to go to war against Brandenburg now. Let's go ahead and build a university, let's say, in my capital. Always a good place to start. Let's stop drilling this army. That should be fine. So we have our claim. We don't have a truce. You're apparently at war with France. I need to get in here and kill you ASAP. So let's stop spying on Sweden after the next monthly tick. There it is. Game's getting a little slow for some reason. Pull you back. And yeah, we aren't at full morale, but his troops aren't here. I don't care. Augsburg, Lorraine, and Salzburg. I could call in Saxony, but why? Let's just go ahead and do this. And then we'll just do a quick little full occupation so you can't train any troops up. Okay, so this is going to be easy pickings to grab Berlin. I might just eat all of Brandenburg, honestly. Oh, hello. Was not expecting that. Hang on, we are at low morale, so this is about to become a problem. How are we looking on tech? 1 year to go. We're force marching in. We can get in here quick as long as he doesn't, like, completely stack wipe me with my low morale. There we go. Okay. Oh, how the turntables. Somehow we turned that one around. All right, that was a stack wipe for me. 20,000 dead. Beautiful. Thank you kindly. All right, we actually should save up military power with the intention of getting some tech. Tempting as it is. We actually should not take any tech until I'm able to get the next institution. All right, I see you heading over here, Lorraine. Are you still Emperor, by the way? You are. Oh, the mighty Emperor graces me with his présence. Présence. Actually, you know what that reminds me of? This is totally unrelated here. So, have you guys ever read the book Ready Player One? I don't recommend it. I don't think it's a very good book at all. Kind of a juvenile story, in my opinion. Pretty weird. But anyway, a lot of people like it, including my wife. She encouraged me to read it. Now, I didn't have a lot of time to read, but I was getting really big into audiobooks. So a thing that I did at one point was I got Ready Player One on audiobook so I could find out what it was, right? Okay, sounds cool. The thing is, it's narrated by Will Wheaton. And what I discovered out of this is that I hate Will Wheaton's voice. I'm sorry, Will Wheaton, but like, I hated it so bad because he does. There's a lot of, I think, kind of cringy attempts at kind of a youthful slang-ish stuff in that book, including like calling people a poser, and the way that Will Wheaton calls people like, "Oh, what a poser." There's things he does like that, certain little mannerisms in his voice that for some reason were just at Bohemia's Emperor. Were just nails on a dang chalkboard. Oh my god. Even my wife, like, I showed it to her, I'm like, I hate Ready Player One, and it's mostly because I think of this. And I got her to listen to it, and she's like, okay. Admittedly, like, I would hate the book too if I were listening to this. It's like, right? Anyway. Can we catch these people? They're all just marching off in random little directions, and I don't know what's going on. Hey, Saxony, quick question. So first off, I just got a claim on the Emperor, so this is gonna get fun. Can you possibly give me the military work, Swiss? We already have a relationship with you, so I mean, why not? Thank you. Moving down this way, gonna go siege down Augsburg. There we go. It is no longer ahead of time on tech. We need cash. Sweet, hard cash before I can take any more tech. Fighting Sweden and Hungary would actually solve the problem too. How many allies do you have? You're allied to a lot of tiny people. Unfortunately, not a lot of electors. Dismantling the HRE would be kind of funny. Hey, let's turn around real quick and kill these guys. I see him coming over here. Let's get him. Oh, truce with Hungary and stuff just ended, I think. Doink, doink, doink. Thank you. Okay. Let's start moving some troops down here in case I want some reinforcements, because tracking down all these little guys is going to prove rather tedious. Why you're allowed to sit here in Magdeburg and I'm not, I don't know. It's because you're in a separate war, that's why. They're in a war against France, which means they're allowed to sit there and I'm not. Well, joke's on you, I'm going to come get you anyway. Die. Alright, there goes Brandenburg and all their other friends. Baden had to give up some stuff, fine. Now I'm going to get down here to Augsburg and we can ignore you. Another claim against Sweden. I think I want a claim against Elfsborg because that's obviously a useful province. We'll probably take Skåne, Holland, and Elfsborg in the next war with them. My next war, the first war I have with them. That would probably be the most sensible. As far as other claims, I mean, Lithuania might have some cash. They're allied to the Pope, though, which is a little irritating. I could fight Sweden and Hungary without the intention of really taking anything from Hungary. And just take cash, and nothing but cash. That could work. Yeah. It's not a bad plan, I think. Danish separatists. Most of these guys aren't strong enough yet to be putting them down. We can't oppress people. But I want to oppress people. It's so fun. France has peaced out with Augsburg. Oh good, just in time for me to go kill them instead. Thanks for leaving the dirty work for me, France. Aren't you a joy? Let's go ahead and convert some more of the reforms. We don't care about them. I have a pretty good amount of Diplo power we're sitting on. Really wish that I could embrace another culture, but I can't. We are almost at the 50 absolutism mark. If I could sack a little devotion, that would be enough. We could almost force the issue. Okay, we got the Siege of Wurzburg done pretty quick, at least. That's good. Let's get down to Augsburg proper. So you're just sort of sitting up here right now, scaring people away, like Lorraine. I just want him to go away and just not siege my stuff and give me free reign to do whatever I want. Oh, the Ottomans are quoting Monty Python again. Thank you for that. Let's go ahead and get some new claims going against Lithuania, and let's ignore the rebels since I want them to build stuff up, and let's go kill Salzburg. Oh, we're also killing some people down here. We got some free base production, thank you. That's a few kills for me, thank you, nice, beautiful. Yeah, that's right, you run into Bavaria. I hear Bavaria is awesome. I want to go there. Lose another stability. No, thank you. I'll lose cash. Am I going to get a loan? I think I'm not, because I'm going to have a positive amount by the end. Yeah, I can remember if it calculates before or after the month tick, officially. And the answer is after. So Salzburg's going to run away, which is fine. They're trying to siege back their land. That's fine. The problem is Brandenburg's not going to have a load of goodness for me. Could get some more states, but again, we don't have a load of room for governing capacity. Everything I'm going to be taking from here on out takes that automatically. Like, that's the thing. Do I just start stating things knowing that I'm going to go over my governing capacity? Do we just start doing it and say, screw it, balls to the walls? I have 150 force limit, by the way. That's pretty solid. I don't know. We keep getting a new cardinal up to 8. I don't know how they keep disappearing. Spain declared war on France. Trade protection. Well, that's interesting. Trying to take money. I am willing to bet that Spain will try to call me in on that war, and I don't really want to get involved in it because I'd rather go and get my own money so that I can... We can't have these guys here, by the way. I'd rather go get money and stuff. That'd be nicer. Let's just unsiege a couple things. I know Salzburg's up there, but whatever. We'll get him. Yeah, I'm going to try to keep a war going at least a little bit so that Spain doesn't call me in. I still want to get favors with them, but if I'm in a war, the AI won't call me. It's kind of like when you have someone come to your door, right? And they knock on it, and instead of answering it, you just go run and hide behind the curtain and pray they didn't see you, like a proper millennial. I am not the only one who does that. Come on, I know. I know you all do it too. You're all cowards like me. And it's fine, we embrace it. We embrace it. I don't know what it is. I was actually... We had some food delivered by a Grubhub service not too long ago. And that exact thing happened, and someone dropped, like, rang the doorbell and walked off and then sat in their car for a little bit, and my wife and I just sat there, like, standing, like, just out of view of the door. And at some point I looked at her, I'm like, what are we doing? We are grown adults. We paid for this. Let's just go pick up the food and wave at the person. Jeez. It was sad. It was one of the dumb... it was one of those moments where I'm like, millennials have a weird thing. Because again, I know I'm not the only one who does this. There are people who do this. Most millennials express anxiety about answering phone calls, or when people show up unexpectedly at their door. It's like, I have to answer this now, blah, blah, blah. It's like, why do we freak out so much about it? Who hurt us? I mean, really. Alright, so there's Augsburg. We're just gonna go ahead and siege down a couple more provinces so we can piece them out. I think we're just about done with this. The question is, do we then immediately declare war before we end the final war against Brandenburg and take their land? And the answer is yes, because I don't want to get called into war. I like going to war. War is great, but I want it to be my own war on my own terms, you know? Alright, so let's stop spying on Lithuania for a minute. They're counter-espionaging me anyway, which slows everything down to a dang crawl. It's not even worth it. You're gonna give me your trade and your cash. 230 is better than I expected, frankly. The rest of this I don't really care about. Break off your rivalry of Saxony so I can get some prestige. Thank you. Alright, 230 ducats. Not a bad haul, considering. Who else am I fighting? Salzburg? I guess we can go deal with that. You head down here while I let these guys... No, I can't. Do I not have a path to get to you? I don't. Gosh dang. What is it with this whole, like, the AI being intelligent enough not to give me military access? It's very frustrating. But they are. They're actually smart, sort of. Bayreuth. Babe Ruth? Give me this. Munich? Oh, you're not Bavaria, you're Munich. You never formed Bavaria. I'm sorry, I'm so used to the blue being down there that I just sort of assumed. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Alright, Munich, then, is going to give me that so I can get down to Salzburg. Perfect. We honestly should just core some states and stuff. It would be worthwhile. I wouldn't mind coring things like Novgorod. Let's do it. Yeah, it brings us over our governing capacity, I'm aware. Core. Doink. Give me trade power, I want it. We can upgrade this once we're at peace. Just give me money. Not that a lot is flowing up to the north anyway, but just give me downstream money. I like money. Money is fun. Money makes me feel good about the world, about life. God, that sounds so sad when I say that out loud. Anyways-y-hoo. I wouldn't mind getting a claim against Lüneburg just with the intention of bullying them in the future. Lantern of Light again. Well, you know, fun thing. I actually would rather strengthen the government. And then sack some devotion and do it again. I know we said we were going to save military power, but we can wait on this a little bit. It's going to be a bit before I have enough money to actually embrace the institution and avoid the tech penalty. Oh, right. Forgot the loans. The loans are still a thing. Yeah, we keep getting cardinals, and I think I can only ever have 8, so I'm not sure why I keep getting them, but I do. No, I'm up to 7, actually. We're one of the most Catholic countries in the world. That's fun. Or most cardinalistic? I don't know. I want to get one more claim against Sweden. We got time for it. We're going to eat Brandenburg. It's going to be fine. No biggie. I think the truce with a bunch of people just ended. That's fine, including Portugal. Don't care. Humiliate them? Nah. Military access from Sweden. What'd you do? Oh, you're declaring against Muscovy. Well, that's fun. Let me guess. Reconquest after they took some stuff? You'll probably be able to win that, honestly. Sweden can handle. My unrest is overall really not that bad. There's a lot of separatism, but it's all very minor so far. We need to somehow antagonize our people. How do I force the issue and get some more, what's this? Looming disaster. Hey, court and country began. Okay, we are getting that now. Let's summon the diet, by the way. Oh, I should have taken some stuff from the burghers. Okay, we're gonna go for the proposal of the burghers and try to get some loyalty up with them. There's still a little bit more I need to take away to get maximum absolutism. Also, I have been ignoring these guys for too long. The people in Livonia don't even know that we're at war, and all of a sudden, Salzburg just marches up and it's like, hey, we're at war. Really? Yeah, give me all your stuff. Oh. I guess okay then. I guess I'll give you all my truth. Let's get a claim on Halland, I think. That's one we're likely to take. And we can stop spying on Sweden. You're not counter-espionaging me, that's good. Can you please finish up here with Salzburg? I just want to end this now. How long has this war been going on, Sweden? Long enough that you can't call me in anymore? Probably not. The thing is... yeah, if I could get at peace, I could seize some land. If we can do this quickly, we can seize some stuff. But I need to reduce the influence of the burghers. I guess I did just sort of give them a little bit of influence, but I raised loyalty too, so it's okay. Yeah. I need to look for an event. Any event that's going to reduce it. I'm pretty sure, actually, at the beginning of this video, I meant to do that, because I think I already was over that limit, and I messed it up, and I didn't. Oh well. Hungary has global trade. Well, that means you had money. Let's get our troops over here in the intention of declaring war on Sweden, since they're distracted. I think that'll be good. Salzburg, you're gonna give me money. You're not. Oh, really? Are you serious? Who else are we at war with? We have full occupation. How? Pray tell? We have full occupation going of all of you, and I'm only at 61% war score. Oh, it's because someone else sieged it. Are you flipping serious? Who else are you at war with? Lüneburg. Oh. Someone got here before me, I didn't even notice, and then Lüneburg took it. Gosh dang all of you so very much. I'll take the free papal influence. And I think probably mercantilism. Sure. Alright, chase down their troops or something while I figure this out. We'll come back to this, though, because we are out of time. So, yeah, plan is go to war against Sweden, fight Sweden and Hungary, take a lot of cash, build some universities. In fact, actually, I'll just go ahead and do that now, because I think that's a high... no, I want tech. Let's see if we can get a lot of cash, get that all embraced, build some universities, then get ready for a war against Muscovy, and the second we see that the Ottomans are involved in a war, attack them. The second we see an opportunity. If they're at war, easy mode. If not, fine, we'll call in Spain. One way or another, we'll get them. Thank you all for watching, hope you enjoyed. If so, then I'd ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.